what am I doing with my life? I think this is a question that we ask ourselves quite often, and I think that we ask it to ourselves in a quite judgmental way. We carry this insecurity within us, where when we ask ourselves that question, we look for the answer and we are afraid that whatever it is that comes out from us as an answer is not the right answer. We think that there is a right way of doing life that other people have figured out, and we wonder if what we are doing with our lives is aligned to that. I think that whatever we choose to do with our lives and however we choose to spend our days needs to make sense for us. And I think that that's basically the most important thing. The reason why we often doubt if we're doing life in the right way is that we are not really sure what actually makes sense for us. It's so important that we get to know ourselves, that we explore what is it that makes us happy, what is it that makes us feel excited, what is it that makes us wake up in the morning and look forward to the day ahead of us, look forward to the week ahead of us, to the month ahead of us, to the year ahead of us. When we know ourselves, we know what is it that makes us thrive. We know what is it that makes us feel excited and hopeful. And when we know what that is, and we align every little thing that we do in our lives with that, we get rid of this feeling of wonder related to what is it that I am doing with my life, and am I doing it right? One thing that we have to really work on is our authenticity and reminding ourselves that as long as we're being authentic and we're being true to ourselves, there is really no wrong way of doing life. Notice when someone asks you what you did for your weekend or what you did for an afternoon, and notice that little judgment inside of you before you're about to answer that question that is second guessing if what you're going to answer is the right answer. But as you notice that, also try to notice how absurd that is. Whatever you choose to do with your time needs to make sense for you. It doesn't have to make sense for other people. And that brings me to the importance of realizing that what you think about yourself and how you view yourself and how you value yourself is much more important than how you think other people see you and how you think other people value you. Because you don't even know how other people do see you and how much they do value you. You only know what you think they think about you. There's a very big difference between what you think other people think of you and what you think other people's perception of you is and how you think they value you. There's a very big difference between what we believe that is and what that actually is. And that is something that we will never be able to find out. That is something that we get close to finding out when it's people that are very, very close to us and they share those truths with us. But there is always a little gap between whatever is told to us, how we perceive that, and then the actual reality. And even if we know that, that doesn't really matter as much as how we perceive ourselves and how much we value ourselves and how much we feel that we are aligning the time in our day and in our week and in our month and in our year to what truly makes us happy. So this is an invitation for you to live your life in an authentic way, to spend some time trying to get to know you. Spend some time really being honest with yourself and perhaps writing down what are those little things in life that actually make you feel alive. It can be very simple and feel no shame when you see what those things are. If you realize that the things that indeed make you happy and make you feel excited and make you look forward to another day are very different to what's out there. Maybe it's very different to what your close circle of friends is actually doing. Maybe it's very different to what you think is right because you're seeing around you being done, because you see people around you doing that. Allow yourself to do your thing. Allow yourself to figure out what is it that makes you feel happy in your everyday life, and allow yourself to do more of that. Allow yourself to also explore different things so that you can figure it out if you don't know what that is. But I truly do believe that at the core, we have certain interests that are related to other things that we may not have explored, but at the core, we already know. You already know, perhaps, that you really enjoy listening to music. You maybe already know that you enjoy it so much every time that you go to a concert, or maybe that's not your thing. You maybe already know at the core that you love dancing, or maybe that's not your thing. Or maybe you know at the core that you really love watching sports and playing sports, and that's something that you would like to spend more of your time doing. At the core, I truly do believe that we know. We may not know exactly what it is that we're going to enroll on in the next month. Maybe we don't know specifically what is that activity that we're going to start doing, but we know in general what are those areas and hobbies and things in life that interest us the most. And to end this conversation, I also want to point out that it doesn't really matter how old you are or what your age is in order for you to start exploring something or spending more time doing something. It doesn't matter what other people your age are doing at this time. You don't have to do exactly the same things that they are doing. That may be working for them, or maybe it isn't even working for them, but you don't know that because you never truly know how people feel inside. You might see people around you your same age and very similar to you doing certain things, and you may have this idea that that is the right thing to do because you see so many people doing that thing, and you may feel that they feel fulfilled, but maybe they are missing in their life something that you have more of in your life, and you're taking that for granted. So this is not even about comparison or, feeling good because you have something in your life that other people don't have. It's really about just focusing on yourself, on your journey, and on figuring out what makes sense for you. And this is the easiest form in which I can put it to not overcomplicate it. It just has to make sense for you. It just has to make sense for you in a way that when you go to bed at night, you feel this day made sense. And when you look at the day that you have planned for tomorrow, you feel tomorrow makes sense for me. The things that I am doing tomorrow, or the things that I am doing next week, or whatever I have planned for the next quarter, they make sense. They make sense to me. They are aligned to the things that make me happy. They are allowing me to grow into a version of myself that I need to become in order to achieve something later in the future. Or it may be as simple as it makes sense for me because it just makes me happy. So this is just a reminder for you to explore what is it that makes sense for you, and ask yourself the question, are you choosing your path and how you spend your days in alignment to what makes sense to you? And if not, that's okay. You don't have to feel guilty about it. But we have been given another opportunity today. This is a new day. Tomorrow is a new day. So we have right here an opportunity to start making sense of our lives.